Well, Thomas Partey wants to stay at Arsenal. This is going to hit coming through from the Arsenal correspondent for the Goal news outlet. Very huge and concrete story. Having gonna hit obviously bring out a story yesterday given to us by Fabrizio Romano that the lad known as Thomas Partey is gonna be leaving the club of Arsenal. Looks like Thomas Partey wants to really revert that decision that Arsenal want to make, and obviously see to it that he really keeps himself at Arsenal. Leondro, Trossard and David Raya have been included into the international squads of their national teams that are going to be playing in the Euros, and I think we're going to be having a look at those players take part into the Euros. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Smash the like button, close to how many times? Close to 400 times, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We are here to strictly talk Arsenal, and continue to subscribe because I've gonna hit to hit that. We've gonna obviously hit the magic number, and we want to hit that of 21,300 subscribers. So lower right bottom corner is the place to be, and smash the black button that has the word subscribe, and after hit the notification bell that anybody get notified every time we upload a video onto this channel. Now we are left with just 76 subscribers to hit 21,000 subscribers 300. So guys, continue to do the due diligence here by subscribing. Now Thomas Partey is one of those players that is on the list of Arsenal players that are expected to leave the side of Arsenal, right? It's known all over the world that he isn't going to have what we call a very good season at the club of Arsenal, and they're going to obviously want him out. And guess who is going to come in through to put in a shift for the player? It's obviously him coming in through to request that he wants to stay at the club of Arsenal. And who was going to break the story? It has been Charles Watts. He has told us that Thomas Partey's preference is to stay at Arsenal this summer, despite transfer speculation linking him with a move away. Unlike several other players playing in Arsenal squad, there have been no talks about a contract extension with Partey over the past 12 months, and there is a belief that the club will look to move him on this summer. Now, that is the same belief or the same angle that Fabrizio Romano is going to come in through and do the paint for the club of Manchester, for the club of Arsenal, that despite having no talks of the contract extension for Thomas Partey over the past 12 months, there is a belief the club will look to move him on. That is the stance that is at the club of Arsenal, and that's why they're willing to spend either £100 million on Douglas Luiz or Bruno Guimaraes, because they believe they're going to be losing a player. And last season, when they lost Granit Xhaka, they brought in Declan Rice, and you saw how it went ahead to happen. They had to first get in Declan Rice, and then Granit Xhaka went ahead to cross to the side of Bayern Leverkusen, where he's really enjoying a season of being unbeaten in the season, and they've gone ahead to lose only to one team. That has been Atalanta, into the finals of the UEFA Europa League. So Arsenal are ready to obviously dispose of Thomas Partey with 1 year left, and his entourage is trying to look out for teams that want to sign him. But the player is like, I don't want to leave Arsenal. I want to stay at Arsenal, and he doesn't want to go away. Now, what factors want to keep Thomas Partey at Arsenal? Now, one, Thomas Partey has now gone ahead to understand that Arsenal has gone ahead to reach what we call the fruition stage, the harvesting stage. For 2 seasons in a row, Arsenal have gone ahead to finish second, and they've had a very huge chance to win a Premier League in that UK best football league or best club league in the battle against the side of Man City. And he believes that maybe next season is the season for Arsenal to win, and he's like pushing to stay at the club of Arsenal. I really understand his stance, but the biggest undoing for Thomas Partey has always been the injuries that have gone ahead obviously stop him from really getting to where we deserve him to be. And I love the player, and to show you how bad he has gone ahead obviously look this season, he has really looked bad, and the number of games Thomas Partey has gone ahead to play are really assuming for a player who earns the amount of money that he earns. Because for Arsenal, when they get rid of Thomas Partey, it's not gonna be the cost. It's not gonna be the same way they're obviously paying him. You understand? He's not gonna be paid. Sorry, the person who's gonna come in through to really replace him is not gonna come in through to obviously earn the amount of money that Thomas Partey is earning. We all know that Thomas Partey earns £200,000 a week, and remember, by that time Arsenal wasn't playing the Champions League. Now, then the Champions League, that means there is a 25% addition, and his salary a week might be £250,000 a week. And for a player that never even played close to 15 games a season in the Premier League for Arsenal, and in the Champions League, how can Arsenal trust him next season? Yet his injury record has been really very agitating for the club of Arsenal, and that's why they want to obviously dislodge him off. As a player, he has a lot to do. And I don't know exactly what is going to happen, because last season he was pushing to leave, and Arteta convinced him to stay. You remember he traveled to the US after, I think it was like 6 days after Arsenal had gone ahead to arrive in the US, and he came in through with Emily Smith-Rowe. You understand? And this time round, he's the one pushing to stay. But last summer, Arsenal had to convince him to obviously stay. But I think the hugest factor that can convince Arsenal to obviously give this guy a new contract is if at all Thomas Partey is willing to take a pay cut. That is it. If Thomas Partey is willing to take a pay cut, I think Arsenal will reconsider him. But I don't think so, because the board of Arsenal has already gone ahead to make its preparations without Thomas Partey, and they want him out. Last season, why they went ahead obviously go on their knees to obviously plead to him to stay the club of Arsenal, it was because they are planning for their season with Thomas Partey. That is it. They are planning with Thomas Partey to stay there. And the only way they could let Thomas Partey leave is if at all they got Caicedo and Declan Rice. Something that they couldn't, because those two players could cost Arsenal £221 million. And it's obviously the amount of money Arsenal used to bring in close to 4 players that summer. So at this juncture, Partey is now in the weak negotiating point, because when you look at the games that Arsenal had to play without him, Arsenal was looking better. Though when he came in through, he shielded that back four and did what Partey can do on his good day. But I think the body is not convinced. You can't be having a player who earns that amount of money and you keep him around. I support the team of Manchester United, but if a player who really has gone ahead to feature for the club of Manchester United close to 30 times in the Premier League, that is Rafael Varane, he played in the Champions League, FA Cup final and won it, has been not given a new contract because United felt like at £330,000 a week, however much you're really a good player when you're fit, but you're readily available. So Partey has to be readily available, and if Man United has gone ahead to show Varane the exit door, yet Rafael Varane has been that kind of player who has been more available than Thomas Partey ever since he came to the club of Manchester United, then what do you think is going to be happening at the side of Thomas Partey? It's simple. They're going to show him the exit door, and I don't know what way Partey is going to convince the people at Arsenal. But it's good to say to it that a player of the quality of Thomas Partey wants to stay at Arsenal. It's very, very, very good, because that shows you the level at which Arsenal is going to hit to get to. Now, it's players that are of pure quality wanting to stay and not wanting to go. That is really very important to note. It's players of pure quality that other teams would have gone ahead to be wanting to take, and however much their interests in Thomas Partey, but the players like, I don't want to go. Meaning that Arsenal is just maybe some 2-3 players away from clinching the trophy. And I think Bruno Guimaraes, Benjamin Sesko, Olise, you get those 3 in, I think Arsenal will find itself in a position of really edging Man City. And I think whoever takes that Bruno Guimaraes guy is going to be one of those to compete for the trophy that is next season, whose fixtures are going to be out on the 18th, I think. Not so? 18th of June next month, we're going to be getting to know who is who and who is going to be playing who from August to May next year. So that's all about Thomas Partey. He's pushing to stay at Arsenal, but will Arsenal obviously allow him to stay? That is the hugest question, whose answer is what you're waiting in for here. Now, we are here to obviously bring you the squad of Belgium. And guess what? They've gone ahead to go in for this Arsenal lad who goes by the names of Leondro Trossard, and that shows you that he has been really good at what he has been doing, and they've gone ahead to embrace him and given him a call to obviously go ahead and really play at the Euros. He has been really a deadly striker at the club of Arsenal. We all know that he has gone ahead to score very many goals for this club of Arsenal, and nothing will stop him from coming in through to claim for his position into that left attacking side of the midfield, where he performed better to dislodge Gabriel Martinelli. Now, the official Belgium provisional squad has Cutlass, Kaminski, and Hills. Those are the three goalkeepers. Defenders: Castegani, Disciple, Fez, Monier, Thiet, Vertonghen, and the best. That is, those are the defenders that the manager is going to be having at his disposal to obviously line up and try to fight for the Euros. Then midfielders: Kevin De Bruyne, Mangala, Onana, Yuri Tielemans, Vermaelen, Vermeeren, I don't think is the other guy, Witso, and Vrakex. You get? Vermaeren is a midfielder. This one is not a defender. Then forwards: Bakayoko, one of those players that is being linked to Liverpool and very many other teams all over the world. Right attack midfielder: Carrasco, Catellerie, Jeremy Doku, Lukaku, Luke Bakio, Openda, and Trossard. And I'm so much surprised that there is no Thousand Hazard. Dre Martins is nowhere to be seen. I don't know what is really wrong with those players, but the manager, even Kevin De Bruyne, is out of this. I don't know. Oh, De Bruyne is there. Kevin De Bruyne is there. I'm not even gonna hit to see him. But where is Dre Martins? Where is Thousand Hazard? A brother to Eden Hazard. But for Leandro Trossard, I know with what he has gonna hit to put out this season, he's gonna be getting straight into the starting 11 of Belgium, and I know that Belgium is really gonna be having a very competitive, group in the Euros, and I think I should take you through the Belgium Euro group, because they're going to be playing Slovakia, there is Romania, and there is Ukraine, right? Those are the three games, meaning that their group has Slovakia, Ukraine, and Romania, right? So if all is to go to plan, I think they're the favorites to get out of this group, and when they get out of this group, I know they'll really proceed further. But Thibaut Courtois has been left out of that. Let's go to the Spanish national team and see who have they gonna hit, obviously coming through and really name to do the needful into their squad. Goalkeepers: Unai Simon, David Raya from Arsenal, and Alex Remiro. And if I told you are David Raya, this comes in through because you are a player at Arsenal. That is it. And the first choice goalkeeper, and you've been putting in very huge performances. And by the way, I've gone here to see the manager of Spain getting him into the first team, or in between the stitches of Spain, ahead of Unai Simon. Then defenders: Carvajal, Jesus Navas, Laporte, Linomand, Nacho, Vivian, Paul Kubasi, young player from Barcelona, pocketed Kylian Mbappe at the Stade Paris, Stade Princes Stadium, that is of PSG. Grimaldo, left back who plays for Bayern Leverkusen, Cucurella, who plays for Chelsea. Then the central midfielders: Rodrigo, that is Rodri, Man City Zubimendi. I think Arsenal are really excited, and Arsenal people will be willing to obviously watch this guy a lot. Fabian Merino, Marcos Llorente, Pedri. This is Alex Garcia, Alex Biena, and Firmino. The forwards, Morata, Joselu, who scored the 2 goals that saw Real Madrid knock out Bayern Munich in the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. Ozabayal, Dani Olmo, Ferran Torres, Williams Jr., Yamal, and Ayoze Perez. Those are the players, the provisional squad that Spain is going to hit to put out in there for you. And you know that David Raya is in, and one of those players that Arsenal is in for. You can talk about Zubimendi. He's going to be there. And Nico Williams is also part of that squad to play in the Euro. So guys, I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Thomas Partey pushing to stay at Arsenal. Do you want him to stay at Arsenal, or you want him to call it quits at Arsenal? What do you make about Leondro Trossard and David Raya making it to their national teams of Belgium and Spain respectively? And do you think they'll make the final squad to the Euros? All of that and more into the comment section below. Rokani David is my name. I'm out. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. The Muslims, Barak, Lau, Fikum. Ciao, ciao.